Welcome back, guys. I have never been prouder that I have a Bachelor of Arts degree in English and Literary Studies till now. Thank you for coming back for my series. This is part 4, and if you haven't been following, please go up here and watch the part 1, 2, 3. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I finally was able to register my business and what followed after. If you're here for it, don't go anywhere. Okay, guys. So I remember I have gotten a blog at this time. My blog was marketing for me. I had gotten an inquiry from someone who lives in the UK who told me that she had been looking for a local content editor back in Nigeria to be able to help her with her book. And I was like, wait, what have I been doing? I should have started for a long time. Oh God, I should have started. But you know what happened this time? She came through the email in my blog and she had read my blog, told me how she was fascinated, and then commissioned me to start her job. At this time, I had a little bit of structure. I told her the fees and she paid in full, and I began to work. I also didn't have a laptop at this time. I had to borrow to do that job. I did it well. It was a children's fiction book, and it was so exciting. That job went ahead to become a 3-part kind of book. We did it in audio, in like an app, and also printed it. So, but at this time, I had already done the editing. So I did the job from that time till about the next 2 years. You know, at every stage, she will come back after marketing the book, the print. She will come back and say, let's make it into an application. Oh my God, it was such an exciting time, guys. Working with developers who could make it talk, who could make the book a press button and speak, you know, kind of thing that would be very interactive for children. I got an illustrator. Guys, I told myself that this is what I should have been doing longer. So at this time, I knew I needed to make my business legal. I needed to go out there and register it. So I went ahead and went to Corporate Affairs Commission. I was living in Abuja, so the headquarters was there. So I just, you know, took a cab and just went to the office. I was assigned to a particular lawyer who was working there. So he interviewed me, asked me what I wanted. I had to fill some form. So when he saw my business article, like the services I wanted to provide, he said, "Oh, copy editing. We haven't really registered a company that is focused on copy editing. In fact, it's not in our template. The only thing closest to it was publishing. Then there was advertising and brand. It wasn't even branding, advertising, publishing." And he's like, you know, that they're going to review their templates on a much later date. But for that time, he was going to register it under publishing. But majorly, since I was going to render copy editing skill in particular, that he cannot register it, that they only register those things as specialty businesses. And I was like, tell me more, tell me more. So I was like, what do I need to have to get my business registered? I was almost losing faith, like, oh my God, now I'm trying, and you know, I'm not deserving of a registered company, you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, and at the time I wasn't really schooled about business name and limited liability, which was better at that time, because right now it's actually better to register a limited liability company. That way the company is like a third party, you're not your business and all of that. But I was going ahead to register a business name, which just makes me a sole proprietor, right? So he told me that copy editing was a specialized skill, and not everybody can provide that service to the satisfaction of clients. And you know what hit me? I was like, oh, these people are not only just registering businesses; they are also very concerned now about the welfare of Nigerians who actually use the services of these businesses. And it kind of made me proud of my country, right? I was excited about the way they were saying, oh, if you're going to do this, you need to have a certification. You must show, there must be something to show that you are trained to provide these services. And for the first time, I'm like, okay, so what kind of qualification? I don't know about any certification that, you know, give somebody the go ahead to do copy editing. And they're like, no, not really. Even if it's a degree, that I should have been somebody who have a degree in languages, linguistics, or There was another course they mentioned, I can't remember now. And I said, yeah, I'm an English graduate and a literature graduate as well. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. So all you have to do is go back and bring your results, your original document for citing. Then we're going to keep the photocopy. So that way we'll put it within your documents and substantiate the fact that you're qualified to do this. Oh my God. I said, is that all? And they were like, yeah. And I have never been prouder till that day that I went to the Imo State University in Nigeria and I studied English and literary studies, guys. I felt so proud. I felt so like somebody who is actually in the career path of the course she actually studied. And then it brought back a lot of memories, because I remember the tug of war it was for me to convince my father to allow me to study English and literature. He was like, what are you going to do with English? What are you going to do with literature? So that experience just made me so proud that I stuck to my guns and I decided to do what I love to do. English and literature and English were the best subjects throughout my secondary school, and I craved to have it in the university. So when I found that Imo State University was offering it, inclusive of other universities in Nigeria at the time, my father wanted me to do sciences. I didn't pass my sciences very well. He now said I was going to do a professional course or nothing if I'm going to go into the arts. So the professional course will have to be, law, which I thought that no way, I can't do law. I didn't see myself wearing those gowns, speaking those legalese. So I finally got myself admission to study English, and he didn't have a choice but to allow me to study it, even though he gave me conditions so that after year 1 I was going to go back to study law, and I agreed. But by the time I had done so well in year 1 and I had to go back to negotiate with him that, Daddy, I really like this course. I like the fact that we're reading Shakespeare, we are reading all of this literature, and and he saw reasons with me and allowed me to continue. And it made me think back at this experience, and I was so proud that I stuck to my gun. If you're somebody who feel very disconnected between what you studied in university and what you're doing right now for money, don't lose hope. And the fact is that you now know you, and you can do you, and you can totally profit from being you. Okay, so I went home, got my certificate, and I was so proud. The next day, walked into their office, presented it. The guy went through it, looked at it back and forth, looked at it to be sure it's original, and then made a photocopy and registered my business. So I had a legally registered business by 2010. Logos and Audibles became a full business. Now, they did not register it as Logos and Audibles, which I felt very odd, but they registered it as Logos Audibles. So what I saw as a mistake, they made a mistake in this thing. After a while, I came to love it as Logos Audibles, no longer as Logos and Audibles. And that was how this business came about, right? You can find us on Facebook and everywhere with Logos and Audibles, okay? So that was how I started that business, and I had my fees at the time, and I'm going to tell you how I changed into turning this business into multiple streams of income, and how you can do the same if you're on that journey of starting. Okay, so this is the 4th series. I'm going to bring you the 5th series almost immediately. Don't go anywhere.